Yeah, my name's Martin. I play guitar for Sabalba, and yeah, we're gonna be coming over there mid-August on tour with Honest Crooks, doing a couple weeks over there, and it's been years and years since we've been there. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Beautiful, Martin. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, mate.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, as you mentioned, mate, Sabalba will be hitting Australia for a run of shows starting in Brisbane on August 18th and finishing in Melbourne on August the 28th, mate. So what can we expect from you guys when you get here?
Well, I mean, this band is kind of notorious for having a little bit too much fun, so we're definitely going to be doing that. We're gonna take advantage of the fact that we're in Australia, and then just like have as much fun as possible at these shows, and just kind of take a break from life, have a great vacation, and hopefully have some amazing shows.
Reading through the press release, mate, it warns us to prepare for a stretch of terrifying shows. What do they mean?
Yeah, I mean, the music that Sabalba plays is extremely heavy. So sometimes the shows have, they've been known to get a little wild and crazy. So hopefully that translates over there down in Australia, and we get to experience the same thing. Yeah.
So just say there's someone out there listening, mate, that's never heard of you guys much or never seen a show. Like, when you say gets wild and crazy, what do you mean by that?
Well, the moshing can get pretty aggressive. People jumping off stage, people throwing punches, all that kind of crazy stuff, and drinking and just being wild and kind of just letting loose. And well, that's kind of what happens when you write aggressive ass music. People most likely are going to respond to it in an aggressive manner because it fires up. I know that's how it is for me when you hear something that's like super aggressive, and you're feeling it, and sometimes the reaction this might boil over a little bit much and get a little bit crazy.
That actually sounds more like a first date over here in Australia, mate, rather than a concert.
Both are fun. So yeah, I hope you can enjoy them both.
So she's a pretty hectic tour for you, mate. You got 8 shows and only a couple of days off in the middle. So are you actually going to have time to enjoy yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone's going to be flying in from Los Angeles, and some people flying on different times. But me personally, I'm getting to Brisbane a couple of days early because over the years I've made some friends there, and I have a tattoo appointment at Black Throne Tattoo, and so it's probably a terrible move on my part to fly, however many an entire day's worth of flight to Australia, then get a tattoo, then go on tour. But it's been a long time coming, so it's just I got to do what I got to do.
Mate, you got my vote. That's a champion effort already.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed there's also an all ages show there in Melbourne too, brother. Like, that's just a great move. Like, you don't see enough of all ages shows these days.
Yeah, that's something that for us being in the US, it's something that you really only experience there in Australia. I've been there several times because I play in another band also called Terror, and we've been to Australia many times over the years. And I remember my first time going there, and you would do that. I never seen it before. You go to one city, you play 2 shows. One night is all ages, and then the next night will be 18 and up or 21 and up or whatever, in the same venue, same, just one day after the next. And that's something that I had never seen before until going down to Australia. Here in the US, most all shows, especially like punk, underground, punk, hardcore, that kind of thing, is it's usually all ages. But sometimes when it's like strictly a metal show or something like that, it can easily be 21 and over, because most of the people coming to the show are already of drinking age. But in the scene, the little sub scene that Sabalba is also a part of, you get a lot of underage people. So it makes sense to do an all ages show as well. But also the band also is kind of gets thrown into the metal world as well. So it totally makes sense to do 21 and up as well.
Yeah, good on you, mate. It's like I say, can't remember the last time I saw an all ages show over here. So good on you. It's a good initiative.
Wow, yeah, yeah, that's definitely a regional thing, but yeah.
Cool. And you toured Australia before back in 2012, mate. So what stands out most in your mind about playing here, and what makes Australia different than anywhere else in the world to play?
There's a special type of attitude for people that are from Australia. It's a very it's like something special. It's like very just kind of like no bullshit, no holds barred kind of crazy mentality. Everyone I know there is like very wild and kind of like hardworking. Just I don't know how to describe it. It's so many things all rolled into one. And so when you play like a show, like an aggressive type of show, people just really go crazy, and it's just there's just something a little bit different down there than anywhere else in the world. And then on top of it, it's just one of the coolest countries in the world. You know, just like it's beautiful, and for people like us who grew up in California, it's like a giant beach. You know, that's the kind of shit we love. You know, we're tropical, so going over there just feels right at home. And yeah, we just always have a good time. People like to drink beer there, and so do we. So we get along really well. We drink some VBs.
And the band sings in both English and Spanish, mate. So do you try and put in more English songs in the set list when you come to places like Australia?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't think that a lot of the songs that wind up in the live set aren't like fully in Spanish anyways, but there's definitely like song titles that are in Spanish, and there's, you know, some lyrics within songs that are in Spanish. But yeah, I think it just works out that the songs that we end up playing live are generally mostly English. So you know, it makes it a little easier for people that don't speak Spanish. But yeah.
And you guys, like, you play a brand of hardcore punk mixed with death metal and a bit doom metal influences in there too, mate. So is that sound something that you sort of sat and planned out, or is it more of a natural thing?
I think from my perspective, it's just like everyone who plays in the band, especially the people that are like writing the majority of the music, those are just all it just naturally happens where, you know, it's like guys that a lot of us grew up in the same area, like Los Angeles area, around the same time, and we kind of had a lot of the same trajectory in music, where grew up as kids going to punk shows, but was also listening to a lot of heavy metal. And then as we got older, like really just started you know, never limited ourselves to one sort of genre. And so all of us playing in the band collectively kind of have all the same musical influences, and we listen to a lot of the same music, and it's those things, you know, a lot of death metal, a lot of punk, a lot of hardcore, and I think that just naturally comes out within the music. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything like deliberate, like sitting down and writing a plan, like this is exactly what the band is going to sound like. But when you're, you know, if you're chilling in your car and you're listening to a lot of Morbid Angel, but also, you know, a lot of, I don't know, Napalm Death or something like that, then, you know, it's gonna naturally come out in the songs that you write.
Yeah, damn straight. I've got to ask you too, mate. Like, I sort of did a little bit of research before I spoke to you, and a lot of the posters you guys put out have all got the same Pitbull on it. Is there a special significance to the pity? Like, is he a pet or something, or is it just a cool image?
No, it's just like I don't know. It's like an unspoken LA kind of vibe. Like if you, I don't know what it is. It's just something about the style here in LA, and like there used to be these T-shirts that would have like this pit bull on it, and yeah, just number one, it just looks sick. It's like it's a very menacing kind of character, you know, even though generally pit bulls really aren't like that, but just the way that they look, and then you put a spike collar on them and they just look insane. But yeah, it's like it's just kind of like an unspoken LA vibe thing. where the pit bull. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, mate. All right, bro. Well, thanks for your time today, mate. I'll catch up with you at the Brisbane show on August 18th. A friend of mine's band is actually supporting you at that show. So I'll be down there, mate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Catch up and have a
Awesome.
few beers and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We will have more than a few for sure. We'll chuck a few for sure.
All right, brother, thanks for talking to me, mate. Nice to meet you, and we'll see you in a month.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks a lot, man. Take care.
Okay, man.